We are still here. Whether or not that is a good thing remains to be seen. I assumed that this weekend would be the last weekend of any of our lives. I thought the end times were upon us. I thought the biblical storm was coming to wash us all away. But to be honest, it was just a mild wind. Little spattering of rain this morning. Nothing biblical as such. No smiting. I was expecting some sort of smiting from him upstairs. I really was expecting the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah to play itself out again in the sort of cyclical cycle of humanity. Things, they come, they go, they come back again. Everything's a remix of a remix of a remix. Everything's a pre-record, It's all determinism. There's no such thing as free will. Not anymore. They killed Jeffrey Epstein. He's dead. I don't think there's anyone out there that actually believes that he killed himself. I think the only people trying to say that it is not an outrageous conspiracy are the people whose programming won't allow them to agree with anything Donald Trump says. So when Donald Trump retweets something that's like saying how it's like how obvious it is that the Clintons have obviously had him offed, they can't agree with him because they can't agree with him on anything. Like if he came out and went, water is good, we need it to live, they would be dead of dehydration within 3 days. But Jeffrey Epstein, billionaire paedophile, human trafficker to the stars, who was clearly offed by, I imagine Hillary. I imagine she went in there in a disguise. Possibly, I imagine it a little bit like, it's either in The Simpsons or in Family Guy, maybe even in both, where Bart or Stewie dresses up in a sort of red dress and dances with the prison guard in order to break someone out. But she goes in there, the femme fatale, although she's probably got a tash on or something. I don't know. Anyway, she offs him because he's got all the info. He's got all the names. He's got dirt on everyone. He's got dirt on you. He's got dirt on your social worker, dirt on your postman. He's got dirt on your fat mother. He's probably got a phone line to Bezos where he can just tap in a few digits, listening to everyone's Alexa. He's on first name terms with Siri. He's got all the info there. But now he's gone, for better or worse. It will be interesting to see how that plays out over the next few weeks. Quite amazing, though, that someone on 24-hour suicide watch in solitary confinement can commit suicide. It's wow, impressive. Good. I mean, if he genuinely did commit suicide, great. Wow. I mean, you can't not be impressed with that under such conditions. It is the end times. We are living in the end of the simulation is drawing to a close. We are. The lines of code that it's running through are just starting to run out. They're starting to get a bit garbled. We're starting to really feel the pain of the garbage in, garbage out. If the simulation that we're in was a human being, it would be a grotesquely overweight human being that is just stuffing pie after pie, pies with ice cream on top, pies where the filling is made out of dog food, just short crust pastry pies with ice cream on the top, and they're just pouring, I don't know, salted caramel and CBD oil over the top of it, and they're just stuffing it in while watching reruns of Love Island. And that is not sustainable. That is not a recipe for long-term success. And so at any minute, it's going to draw to a close with an almighty heart attack, and will shake itself spluttering and coughing out of reality. And I thought it was going to be this weekend, but it turns out, looks like we've got another week left in the simulation. So God knows we might as well make the best of it. I love you all. It's Monday morning. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. It's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh. I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on Threshold .fm and also YouTube and also Twitch. Guys, how are you? What's going on? Look, all right, fine. Am I going to apologise? No, never apologise, never explain about the Look, there's a Costa directly opposite the studio, and it's a bit of a walk to anywhere decent, and the AeroPress is at home. So what the fuck do you want from me, guys? Just top it up, yeah? Shall we? Just a little nugget in there, a little nug. Come on, a little wee dram. Oh no, that's not. Oh, it's a bit much, isn't it? God's sake, that doesn't even work. It's just gone all over the lid. Oh, Wesley! Ah! Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's a bit pokey, isn't it? That will get you going. Okay, guys? That will, gosh. That's fine. How are we doing with us not being on Facebook anymore? It seems to have cut the views in half, so that's a good start, isn't it? That's great. But, funny news, if you remember from, I believe, Wednesday's show? No. Day before. Yeah, Tuesday's show. Kenny Fouquenard. A man who changed his name by Depot, his surname to Fouquenard. He's hard man. Anyway, he was having trouble getting a passport because the Home Office had declared his name too offensive to have on a passport, and he was appealing it, and then they were sort of rebuffing his appeals. Anyway, he found the show, got in contact, and has thrown down the gauntlet to my challenge of saying that I will give £500 to anyone who changes their name officially to Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken. He says he's up for it. He actually said he would do it for less than 500 quid. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to try and get him on the show for Wednesday. I think he's keen. Seems like a good lad. Seems like he's up for a laugh. Seems like he's game. Being that, we've probably only got another few weeks left on this planet. So I don't know how long it takes to change your name and whether or not you'd be able to do it before the apocalypse. But as I said, thrown down the gauntlet, 500 quid to anyone prepared to change their name to Kenny Ken back to back Kenny Ken. I think that's the crowdfunder we could all get behind. That will bring the unity to the British Isles. That unity that Boris claims he's going to do, and maybe he will, but I have a better idea, and that is for everyone in the country to put money into a giant pot. I'm talking thousands, I'm talking hundreds of thousands, I'm talking millions, to all be divided out 500 quid by 500 quid to all people prepared to change their name to Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken. I think it's a fine idea. Maybe we'll get thousands of them. Maybe we will get tens of thousands of them. And that will be the unifying spirit that brings this torn hellscape of a country back together. People will no longer consider themselves left or right or leave or remain. They will consider themselves either Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken, or people who really enjoy that other people have changed their name to Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken, but have chosen not to do it themselves. They know there's 500 quid waiting for them if they do it, but they're like, I don't know. I like being called, Graham Hardwell. Graham Hardwell. I like my name, Graham Hardwell. And as much as I like the name Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken, I'm just fine. I'm just fine with being called Graham Hardwell for the rest of my life. Guys, there's news, and you are goddamn right if you think that I will give it to you. Hard times. British man hospitalised with 2-week erection as doctors race against time to save penis. Yeah, as we all know, guys, from previous shows, an erection lasting more than 48 hours is a medical emergency. So 2 weeks. What has happened there? Here he is in a rather dashing set of dungers. Wow. Okay, that's a statement of intent, isn't it? A Brit man has been hospitalised with a 2-week erection as doctors face a race against time to save his penis. Danny Polares, who is in agonising pain and has lost a lot of blood, fears it may need to be amputated. Fucking, that is a rough spot. Oh, God. Poor lamb. The Swansea-born jazz singer who lives in Berlin took Viagra before he went to a party. Well, there's a rough combination. Jazz, Berlin, Viagra. Dangerous combo. After he went home with a nurse, he agreed to have an erection enhancer injected into his penis. Why? It was one of the worst decisions of my life, he said from his hospital bed. One of? How many other bad decisions have you had that could be in any way comparable? I decided to kill a kid once. All right, okay, fine. As he may never have a natural erection again. Guys, why are you injecting things? Is Viagra not enough for people? The following morning, he noticed he still had an erection, but he decided against going to seek help, wearing his flatmate's wine cooler wrapped around his penis, the Pink News reported. He's traumatised, but 2 days later, he was rushed to hospital in screaming pain, where he was diagnosed with a priapism. It is a long-lasting, painful erection that can cause permanent damage to the peen if not treated quickly. Medics have already tried to force needles through the side of his penis 5 times to remove blood. They've even concluded emergency surgery taking a vein. They've even conducted emergency surgery taking a vein from his blood to draw the blood away. A vein from his blood? No, taking a vein from his, I presume, somewhere else in his body. You don't... well, anyway, but he still has an erection and is now often crying with extreme stress and anxiety. Yet some days I wake up and I just cry about how stupid I was, about what I've lost, about what is going to happen to me. God, poor bastard. That is very foolish. Look, he looks like a sexer, isn't he? He's got all the hallmarks of a sexer. The outfit. Yeah. Danny's friends have set up a GoFundMe page to help cover his medical bills. Let's see what's going on there. €534. It's not loads, is it? I don't know how much it's. Well, how much is it going to cost? I mean, they have. I don't know. If he doesn't have health insurance in Berlin, that can put you in a bit of a spot. He could end up paying for it. They have socialised healthcare for poor people, but not fucking UK jazz singers that go over there and inject stuff into their dicks. Although he may not have been there. This is boring. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I think you have 6 months whereby the NHS will cover the cost of your. You need an EHIC card, European Health Insurance card. It's just advice to anyone going to Berlin to inject stuff into their dicks at parties. Make sure you do it within 6 months of leaving the UK, or you may, if you don't have health insurance, have to cover the cost of it yourself. Anyway, he's got 534 notes on his crowdfunder. It says, Danny has been suffering from potentially life-threatening priapism for more than 10 days. He's been in a lot of pain. Last week, he lost a lot of blood and may have been close to death. He is being brave, focused, and is a survivor. But however positive he's trying to be, he's also traumatized and often crying and extremely stressed and anxiety. Some days he's been in so much pain that he has blacked out, fallen unconscious. Oh man, that is rough. Danny has left his shame and ego at the door and spoken to Pink News and GCN in detail about his story. His aim is to raise awareness about priapism, the misunderstood, painful and dangerous condition that is infecting the gay queer community increasingly more each year. Why? Why is it affecting them more and more each year? Is that because people are doing ridiculous things like injecting erection enhancers into their penises? Why would you do a thing like that? I mean, would that be because you're done too many beans and then you need to... I don't know. Is Viagra enough for people? Guys, come on, what's going on? Okay, what is priapism? Priapism is a long-lasting painful erection that can cause permanent damage to a penis if not treated quickly. The condition may get better on its own within 2 hours. Thinning blue line. Cops warn trolls who mocked drug dealers' hair they could be prosecuted. Right, okay, we'll have that next. That seems peculiar. Cause of priapism. Priapism most commonly affects people with sickle cell disease. Right, okay. Less common causes include blood thinning medicines like warfarin, some antidepressants, recreational drugs like cannabis and cocaine, some medicines for high blood pressure, other blood disorders like thalassemia and leukemia, and some treatments for erection problems. Okay, well, guys, young kings out there, don't inject stuff into your dick without medical supervision. That's just a small spot of advice for you today, but I do think it's worth heeding. You know, in this crazy topsy-turvy world, I know I know you're going to want to mask the pain of reality, and by having a lot of sex, doing a lot of fucking with anyone who's up for it, regardless of their looks, regardless of their personal hygiene, that just slamming away again, in and out with a rock hard penis will mask some of the pain of being alive. But guys, I just implore you to don't inject stuff in there without proper medical supervision. Although he had a nurse with him. That nurse should be held accountable. I'm unimpressed. I'm agog. Guys, shoe throwers. Let's talk about them. How Does It Feel by Insomniacs. That's a bit of fun. Got some old school hardcore vibes to it. Askel, Coincidences. New Dimension. Also, I'm a fan. It's called If You Want To. Killjoy, remix of Digital Waterhouse Dub. Killjoy being, of course, one half of Concord Dawn. Australian pop rock outfit. Don't at me. That's a little callback to a very early episode of Franklin's Records. Guys, let's get started with this Insomniacs bit because I feel like it's a good way to get Monday going. Well, it's quite boozy now.
When the sound killer him hold you, I me say what you wanna do, sound boy. Put your hand on your head and ball, sound boy.
Yeah, you might notice a lot of bannings in the Discord on Friday after some unpleasantness. Some likely to be permanent bannings. We'll see. People just be fucking nice to each other. It's not difficult. New Zealand is just spicy Australia. Prove me wrong. Change my mind. fun news. Tonight at 8 o'clock on Trickstar.fm. Oh, God. Terrible Freudian slip. Right, okay, let's try that again. Because Trickstar does get mentioned, but not on... Right, okay. Let's just wheel that link up. Tonight at 8 on Threshold.fm. Trickstar.fm doesn't even exist. On Threshold.fm will be the first episode of Probably Fine Radio, which is myself, but as Rain City Riot, and Tracy Rhodes, playing some good times house music and techno music for an hour, 8 until 9 tonight. It's Tracy Rhodes of Trickstar fame. And talking of Trickstar, I covered our Trace's show on Friday, and I'm now happy to announce that after some discussion on the show, back and forth with people that were listening, the Trickstar Radio are now the official radio station of the Flat Earth movement. I was the only person in the building, so I just took it upon myself to start that. It's going very well. A lot of people were very pleased with that, particularly members of the Flat Earth movement. So you're welcome to get on board for that. You're very welcome to go on any of Trickstar's social media and thank them for being the official radio station of the Flat Earth movement, and just let them know how pleased you are that they're so woke on Flat Earth, and that you're fed up with the abuse, the constant abuse that we receive from these globe heads, these round Earth shills, and we won't take it anymore. And it's just so nice to have, you know, a DAB radio station, an Ofcom regulated radio station, be so woke about Flat Earth, about the reality of what's going on out there, about the truth, you know, to finally have some truth. Yeah? No more fear of a flat planet. Guys, okay, so just I'm pleased about that. You know, feel free to let them know on Instagram, on Facebook. Feel free to turn up at Side Twitty's boat and tell him how pleased you are. Guys, thinning blue line. Trolls who mocked fugitive drug dealers' receding hairline could be prosecuted for bullying, cops warn. What the fuck? What the fuck? Jeez, dude's hair is... That's... Mate, he looks like Vic Berger. That's not a good look. Trolls who mocked a fugitive drug dealer's receding hairline could be prosecuted for bullying, cops have warned. Since when is bullying a crime? Gwent police released a mugshot of Jermaine Taylor, 21, from Newport, as he is wanted on recall to prison. Okay, you bullying fugitives. Oh, poor fugitives. Taylor was released on licence after he was jailed for 3 years at Cardiff Crown Court for being concerned in supplying cocaine. He breached the terms of his licence conditions upon release, so officers are appealing to the public for information on his whereabouts. But social medias have instead taken to mock his haircut. Vanishing into thin air, Matt Price said, push his release date back further than his hairline. That should teach him. Yo, that hairline goes back further than Woolworths. Look at his hairline, it's on the run too. Gwent police have warned social media users that their comments could be investigated. Jeez, that must be... please tell me that is just cops being sassy on social media. That has to be. There's no way that they can be saying that seriously. What is it with prisoners released on licence? Hair today, gone tomorrow. He vanished into thin hair. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor hair. Hair like an overused tennis ball, that is accurate. Who's missing, him or his hairpiece? You recalled his hairline too. Yeah. Anyway, officers said on Facebook, our advice is to be careful on social media as you would in any other form of communication. If you say something about someone which is grossly offensive or is of an indecent, obscene or menacing character, then you could be investigated by the police. Go fuck yourself. Come on. Making puns about a fugitive's hairline. Can you think of more of a waste of police time than to investigate someone making a humorous pun over the hairline of a fugitive? Causing gross offence is a crime. Unbelievable. Can you think of something as nebulous and subjective as the causing of offence? I'm offended by that grossly. I'm grossly offended by what you just said. You should... That's a crime. Unbelievable. Still, users found the funny side of things as they joked at the police force's response. Daniel Knox Hewson posted, "Can't work out what's thinner, the guy's hairline or Gwent Police's skin." James Fisher joked, "You already lost one criminal. Keep your hair on." It's ridiculous. Oh, like, have I just caused gross offence to the Gwent police force now by telling them they're being ridiculous? Seriously, grow up and go and catch some criminals. Honestly, spend less time being sassy and pathetic on social media and more time keeping an eye on convicted felons. We wouldn't be in this mess. Pathetic. Come on. Well, there's spunking taxpayers' money up on the wall by investigating people who make mean puns on Facebook. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, Jesus Christ. Spiralling knife crime epidemic. No, let's go and investigate some people who make hilarious puns about a fugitive's hairline on the Gwent Police Force Facebook page. Wow. Maybe after you've solved all crimes. When all crimes are solved and you've taken the last crime file out of the inbox and put it in the outbox, then maybe go and have a little browse on Facebook and see if someone said something mean. Oh, they did the mighty boo. Oh no. Gwent Police Force probably just sat on the carsy looking through Facebook and, hey, that one's not so funny. What accent was that? Who knows? Well, they're probably have me done for racism for attempting and failing to do a Welsh accent. Gwent in Wales? I'd assume so. I don't know. So, how dare you assume my location? Guys, what else have we got here? Creator of viral Storm Area 51 Facebook event says he was contacted by the FBI. Good. You probably worth just having a quick cursory word. Like, you actually planning on storming the military base? No, just a joke. Okay, all right, as you were. Bakersfield, California, the creator of a viral Facebook event that jokingly calls for participants to storm Area 51, says he was contacted by the FBI. Big Maddie Roberts is the man who created the Facebook event, Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop Us All, in June. As of Thursday, 1.4 million people have said they're attending the event on the 20th of September, and another 2 million are interested. Roberts has said that he wants the event to be peaceful and that he hopes nobody gets hurt. That didn't stop the FBI from contacting him about the event. So the FBI show up at 10 a.m. and contacted my mom. And she calls me like, answer the phone, the FBI is here, Roberts said. I was kind of scared at this point, but they were super cool and wanted to make sure that I wasn't an actual terrorist making pipe bombs in the living room. The FBI isn't the only issue Roberts has faced. On Monday, his event that has 2 million followers suddenly disappeared on Facebook. There was no reason why, Roberts said. I put up a bunch of support tickets in. I was kind of scared because I'm trying to advocate people to go down a safer option, and then I'd lost the platform to do that. Robert says he tried twice to create a new event, but they were also deleted. The incident caused a frenzy among the attendees. I did get a notice for the original event that said it violated community standards with Facebook without further reason, and the other two were just blacklisted. But they were back in a few hours. Yada, 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 yada. We know all of this. We still have, I'm a bit... I feel like a kid that's waiting to go to Disneyland. Like, it's not until September the 20th. That's over a month away. I just want to know what happens. Just imagine they actually storm Area 51 and they actually get to see them aliens. And the aliens really are there. And we get to see them green alien titties. It really would make life worth living, I think. I'd be happy for the apocalypse to come after that. I'd be like, fine, done, completed it. Simulation, completed it. Easy, job's a good one. Tinder fraudster convinces woman to send him $3,000 for kidney transplant. Does he need a kidney transplant? What's going on here? A woman has been left devastated after a man she met on Tinder conned her out of more than $3,000 by pretending he needed a kidney transplant. Bugger. Damn, because I mean, if you really needed the kidney transplant, conning people on Tinder for cash, I guess it could be one way of going about it. If you were really desperate, if you'd really exhausted all other options. Rebecca Rose, 35 from Lincoln, UK, thought Paul Gillett, 28, was different to the other guys she met on the dating app, in a good way. Probably a male feminist. Within a couple of months, he had moved in with her. And when he said he needed $3,000 to cover private medical fees for a kidney transplant, she forked out from her savings without a second thought. However, after sending across the funds, she could no longer make contact with Gillett, and eventually she realised the relationship had been built on lies. I need some sad music to play in the background. I wonder if I can, if there's any easily available on YouTube. There must be some. Sad music. 1 hour of pure sadness. Okay, let's... Rebecca first swiped right for him in February 2017, and in March of this year, Gillett from Carmarthen, Wales, was sentenced to 3 years in prison after he admitted 3 frauds and 21 similar matters at Worcestershire Crown Court. Speaking to the Mirror, Rebecca and Gillett's swindling is still having an effect on her to this day. She said, "I still can't believe the lengths he went to for money in that lake. When we first met, I really believed I'd found someone decent in that lake and that we had a lasting relationship. He seemed so nice, and I felt there was potential for it to blossom into something long term. It's really shaken my trust in men. I'll never date a male feminist again. They're all fucking weirdos and rapists, man. I'm still in a bad way because of him." Reflecting on how it all began, Rebecca said that she was deceived by his generosity and flattery. She said, "I'd been single since the beginning of 2015 in that lake, so it took us a lot to put myself out there again in that lake. I may never put myself out again. It wasn't like all the other people on Tinder and that, like, he appeared genuinely interested in us and that. All his messages were so flattering in that he's saying that I had a fantastic fucking rack and he'd love to eat me ass. Whenever I got one, I'd put a huge smile on my face in that lake. He came round that night we met and met me ma, and we really liked him. We started seeing each other most days, and Paul was so generous in that lake. He'd take mum and me out for meals and insist on paying and that. He even mentioned taking us to see Ed Sheeran for my birthday and that lake, Harry. So everything was going on really well in that lake." A month later, Gillett moved in with Rebecca and her mum after claiming a storm had rendered his house uninhabitable. He also began to open up to Rebecca about his apparent kidney problems, which made Rebecca feel closer to him, as she suffered from intracranial hypertension. He also showed her a medical dressing on his side after claiming he had been put on dialysis. As such, Rebecca didn't think twice when he said he needed funds to cover private medical bills for kidney transplants. She looks like a referee at a volleyball match at school. Is that a whistle around her neck? I don't know. That's enough sad music. Guys. Wait, oh, she's gone now. No, come on. God, there's a lot of this. Rebecca told the Mirror, He told me the waiting list on the NHS was too long and that, and he'd have to go private to clinic for Cornwall. I transferred him the money on that, like the savings account, so I covered the cost of the scan, his travel cost and that, like. Once he left, it got harder to reach him, and I started to get suspicious in that. He wouldn't answer my calls and that, and when he gave me his mum's number, no one would answer that either. So the situation was so stressful, it made my condition flare up. I was in horrible pain in my head and I collapsed. Oh, poor love. I was rushed to hospital and had to drain fluid off my brain. Fucking hell. Oh, that's a bit rough. Oh, intracranial hypertension. Yeah, that's a rough spot. Well, poor lass, I know I take the piss, but I feel bad for you, son. It's a rough situation to find yourself in. I hope you get over it, and I hope you find someone that loves you, takes care of you, marries you, gives you a few kids. I hope you find that. Guy, what's this? Okay, let's have this Killjoy remix of Waterhouse dub. I think we all deserve it. Yeah, this is a naughty little number, isn't it? Guys, additional news. There's a new episode of Rankin Radio up now on the podcast. If you're a Rankin Radio fan, that's a boon. If not, I suggest you get to know. Place the podcast link there in the chat. Just me and Jim talking about dicks. probably fine. Yep, that is the Killjoy remix of Waterhouse Dub by Digital. That is some good oldie worldy fucking naughty amen action. Action! Classy outro. Fucking jobs are good on that one. Nice work, lads. Nice in work. Okay, good. Good. Guys, pingers. We're into them. It's fine. Talk about them a lot on the show. Anyway, The Loop, they do the pill testing at the festivals and stuff. They have released what is effectively a top 10 strongest pingers list, which obviously is a bit of fun, but also important to know, really, because if you come across any of these, you want to be starting with a quarter. Guys, start with a quarter, as they say, hashtag start with a quarter and sip water. Okay, hashtag start low, go slow. Sage advice, I would very much offer the same advice. Fucking start small. Guys, don't worry, it's not a sprint. Pingers are a marathon, okay? Right, anyway, in at number 10. I can't have the top of the pops music, really. I'll get the stream pulled. In at number 10. Purple Maybach. Oh, here it is, look. Purple Maybach. I don't know what a Maybach is. Is that a... Someone will have to let me know what that is. Alert released at Kendall Calling 2019. That is 220 milligrams of MDMA per pinger there. Be careful. In at number 9, Pink Putins with 280 milligrams of MDMA per pinger. That's a Pink Putin pinger. Yeah, it is. Looks like Putin's face. In at number 7. No, hold on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, sorry, that Pink Putin's at number 9. In at number 8, Orange Trumps. An average of 260 milligrams of MDMA, but high variability. Sounds very Trump-esque. Alert Summer 2018, tested again this season. Be careful of the Orange Trump pingers. Okay. Brown. Philip Plein. I guess, is that some sort of fashion thing? Fashion brand? With 170... These are not ranked in order. With 170, between 170 and 230 milligrams of MDMA per pinger, high variability. In at number 6, Donkey Kongs. I am impressed with the quality of the shapes and the stamps of pingers these days. They really have come a long way. And pingers stronger than ever. Really are stronger than ever these days. Be careful, guys. Between 210 and 260 milligrams of MDMA. Pink and purple Skypes. These look rowdy, okay? Between 250 and 300 milligrams of MDMA. Alert released at Kendall Calling 2019. Purple Audis between 260 and 310 milligrams per pinger. Blue Punishers between 250 and 300. Multiple alerts. Orange and White Sprites. Alert released at Park Life 2019. 300 milligrams. That's a spicy meatball. But in at number 1, Yellow and White Techno Gyms. That's Techno Gym, the workout equipment. 330 milligrams of MDMA. That is an frankly outrageous quantity. That is... I thought your bog standard normal pinger would be like 100. Generally normal. That's basically 3.5. You're triple dropping and then some. If you took the whole thing, just fucking be careful. Have a little nibble and just see what happens. Okay, guys, just take these things seriously. Pingers, take them seriously. Look, if you're going to indulge, be safe. Sip your water. Take breaks. Sit down. Don't go too wild. Just, have a good time, but be somewhat sensible. Don't be bloody slinging techno gyms down your neck with reckless abandon. Okay, guys? Good. Look, we'll have one more bit. And then basically the end of the show. Let's have this new dimension bit. I think it's nice.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I ended up staying up for like 3 days. Man, I was so high that night. Oh my god. I don't know where I was. We ended up in this place. It was like down a hallway. There was like this burlesque woman dancing behind the cage. I don't even know where I was, but oh my god, there was this DJ. He was playing a song when like something like if you want to, if you want to, if you want to, you can come back to mine if you want to. If you want.
Frisk, no way did they make Purple Aki's pills, did they? Do not take the Purple Aki pills. You don't want to know what's going to happen to you.
If you want to, you can come back to mine if you want to. Okay, so I was only gonna go out for like a little bit and then I just wanted to stay. The music was so good. I couldn't stop dancing. And I'm like there, I'm like in my clothes that I was wearing in the day.
Yeah, you take a Purple Aki, you start touching other guys' muscles.
And it's like, you can come back to mine if you want to. If you want to. If you want to.
Dankula did a good video outlining the whole Purple Aki saga. It's well worth a watch. It's pretty grim.
If you want to. If you want to. You can come back to mine if you want to. To.
some of that weird death metal vocal in the background.
I fucking love it.
Right, okay, fine. Okay, well, that was Dimension with If You Want To. Come Back to Mine and Share a Techno Gym Pinger is the full title of the record, although you won't find that on iTunes. Guys, listen, yeah, end of the show. It's Monday. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. We've got at least another week inside the simulation before the fiery abyss swallows us all. But I will remind you to please be nice in the Discord or the ban hammer will get dropped. Guys, look, Matt, right, thank you for sending me the whammer. It makes a lot of sense on a number of dimensions. So this is good. I mean, you can use this also for when someone drops a fucking warhammer, and also when the ban hammer needs to be dropped. Ah! Put up with a lot, Wesley. I'll give you that. You put up with a lot. There's not a lot of purchase in it. Right, okay, guys. So be nice, please, to each other. We'll have no more of the bollocks that we had on Friday because that was unpleasantness. Well, you know, see if we can somehow get back to normality. Okay, guys, good. Tomorrow, I will have a dear friend and Brighton celebrity, food blogger extraordinaire, Rosie Posey. She's going to come on, probably talk about misadventures in the world of dating, misadventures in the world of food. Who knows? We'll see what's in the news. She's a hoot. She's going to be absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. Have no worries, have no concerns, have no fears. Don't at me, okay? What else? Tonight at 8 o'clock, me and Tracy Rhodes will be playing house and techno, talking the tut for an hour. So that'd be worth tuning in on. I think we'll do it on, obviously on Threshold.fm, normal stream, and probably on the Threshold YouTube channel. If you're not on that, where is it? Where is the freaking, oh God. It's just, forget it. Anyway, look, whatever. Find the Threshold.fm YouTube channel. You can find it if you go to the YouTube channel that you're currently listening on. Then, you know, there'll be a link to it there. Anyway, it's just be totally fine. Guys, we're nearly at 100 people on Patreon. We're only 3 away. You'll get whiskey and memes when that happens. So if you're listening and you're not yet a supporter, please do. You can support for upwards of $1 a month, I think, is the minimum you can support for. If but if you support for more, you get all manner of delightful perks. So yeah, please. And then I'll start doing whiskey and memes, which will actually be for Patreons only. So that's a bit of fun. Be an exclusive little number. I think we'll enjoy it. I think we'll be fine. Guys, VIP list is as follows: Greg Cornford, Oliver Hooper, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief Coupar, Gennady Lightfield, James Parry, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Scriffington, Liam, The Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STD, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Drive Aggressive, Side Translation Superior, John Bass, Nicolas Lorcy, Kris Breaks, The Build, Karissa Barthelson, Odin Bates, Lee Fuller, D, Daniel Genvry, Flaxis, Matt Wright, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robertson, Dave Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy, Cosmic Waft, Meatloaf, Nick Brock, Sean Simpson, Robin Card, Sam House, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitchmuffs, L-Tech, Willay, Ben Fogo, Dan Tweed, Lupe Salazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Carl Williams, Tom Skipper, unfortunately it's George DC, Anthony Sharp, Claudia Lovesmere, and Benage. Also, if you would like some merch, there's some wonderful new t-shirts available in the store, and also hoodies. There are a few hoodies left. So, guys, go to threshold.fm/store. Avail yourself of either one of these beauties. or also similar print on a hoodie, or you can get the Supreme Lobsters logo, along with there are a couple of Death Cult t-shirts left as well. Guys, I love you. I'll see you either tonight at 8 for the Probably Fine radio show, or I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 for more coffee and more memes. I love you. Behave yourselves. Get married, have kids. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.